Have you ever traveled out of the country to a space where you do not speak the native language?
Yes, it is difficult.
It is extremely difficult. And even if you think maybe you have a handle on it, by the time you've translated what you want to say in your head, the conversation change, and it makes thriving in a community that's not in your native tongue hard.
Definitely.
And we have a lot of people that travel to coastal Delmarva that English is not their first language. But luckily, there is a group of community volunteers and a program that is right around the corner that helps folks that come to our area learn and pick up English. So we're going to introduce you to those folks who teach English as a second language.
From immigrant families to J1 students, there are many folks along coastal Delmarva that may find it difficult to thrive in the community due to language barriers. That's why a team of volunteers, including Kate Cauley, chair of the advisory board with the Lutheran Church of Our Savior, have come up with a program to help teach English as a second language.
For 20 years, the church has been providing the social outreach of this program, and for about the last 10 years, the volunteers have been community members. They haven't necessarily been church members, but the church has continued to host the program, allow us to use the space, which has been fabulous. And we have about 200 students a year. They come from about 60% Latin American countries and another 35% from Eastern European, Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, and then a number of Asian students. This past year, several Japanese students that we hadn't had before. Age range from 18 to 75, and for students who have children who are school age, we provide educational program for the students as well while the parents are in class. And the students have primarily high school education. About 35 to 40% of them are college educated and have professional experiences in their host countries.
For Rita Stevens, Vice President of Operations for Vantage Point Retirement Living, a program like this makes for a great partnership with senior housing and retirement.
This program has really been such a grassroots effort, and they've reached out to so many people. They've had such great success and getting these people into the English program. So I went one step further and I asked, well, do you actually help them get jobs once they reach that plateau where they're educated enough? And she said, oh yeah, we really do. And then it was, well, what businesses are involved? Is anybody helping you? And where do you get your funding? So it just grew. And of course, in our business with senior housing, finding really positive, caring people for seniors is very difficult. So we put our heart and soul into educating our own staff, but we can't teach them empathy and kindness and to smile. And when you have people such as these who are willing to work and do anything and want to use their job experience to help them use their English language, it just seemed like a really, really good fit for us, for them, and for our residents.
The English as a Second Language program began 20 years ago and has inspired many community volunteers like Rita, who aren't members of the church but wanted to get involved.
We all had ancestors that came from somewhere.
That's right.
Somebody had to help them,
Right.
I remember my grandmother telling me how when they came over from Czechoslovakia that her mother would not allow any of them to speak English in the house because she wanted them to learn, she wanted them to teach them. So this kind of resonated with me too, just really deeply and personally. And I just wanted to be a part of it, and I wanted our communities to be a part of it.
Well, and there's such a natural fit because here we are in this resort town, right? Where you have a whole lot of retirees who are interested both in volunteering for a program and looking for what's the next residential fit for their lives, right? So we really found a lot of things in common. And the 20th anniversary year has been a chance for us to really solidify the fiscal health of the program. We've established an endowed fund with the Delaware Community Foundation, and that's what the fundraiser has been all about in our culminating event. And Rita was very generous, I might add, into that campaign, in addition to hosting this party. But it really is going to be a lot of fun. There's a live band and a live auction and virtual reality and great food, and you know, you can go online and buy a ticket for just $100. September 18, be there, be square.
That's right.
Students mostly learn about the program by word of mouth. They can register online to see where they should place.
Once they register, our program director calls them, brings them here into the church for a screening and a placement test. We decide what level of instruction they'll be in and where's the best place for them. In addition to classes here at the Lutheran Church of Our Savior, we also have classes at the Milford Public Library, and BB Hospital hosts a class at the Rollins School of Nursing.
And at the end of each semester, the students get to celebrate with a graduation celebration.
We have an international potluck, and students bring their favorite foods from their home countries. This is one of the best eating fests you can imagine. And they also bring their whole family. So we usually have 150 people in the fellowship hall here in the church, and everybody gets a certificate of participation, and it tells what their attendance was, and everybody wants a picture taken because it's a proud moment.
Yeah.
You can tell that Kate and Rita care so much about what they do and that mission that they have taken on, and the graduation ceremonies that everybody gets to celebrate with at the end of the semester. Just love it. So if that seems like something that you or someone you know is interested in, make sure you fill out that registration form that they were talking about online. But when we get back, we're talking to another artist and some big sales and a First Friday that's all going on. So there's a lot to celebrate when we come back.